us in welcoming the founder of the CCAE, Bruce LaCroix.
LaCroix. Hey, Mr. James. Hi, everybody. Hey, I got the clap. Whoa. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge that I here am sitting on the traditional territory of the Sinix and Tunaha people in Southeast BC. Walelan, to all of you. Big muffer, thank you. Want to thank also the Native Canadian Centre of Toronto and Zechariah for all of this, and also the Ontario Trillium Foundation, who provided the funding for all of us to complete this program, have some fun, and learn to start a business. I will be brief. I have notes, because if not, Rick Mercer, remember Rick Mercer? He's my second cousin. We have this tendency to rant, so I have notes and I'll stick to the script, most of it. So anyway, you're part of a very rare group of people. I hear all the time, been doing this for a long time, I hear all the time, oh man, I want to start a business. Oh, someday I'm going to start a business. The vast majority of people never do anything. So anyway, first of all, you took the first step. You registered for the program. Not a lot of people finish even doing that after they do that. Second thing you did, you showed up. Not everybody does that who registers. The third thing you did, though, is you finished the program. Oops. Sorry. I didn't touch anything. You finished the program, and that in itself puts you in a fairly rare group of people. Now, I know some of you have started your businesses, but from all the people who say, I want to start a business, to those who actually get to where you are, it's quite rare. So, big up to all of you too for doing what you've done. So you are you are the 108th Aboriginal Best program that we've completed all across the country. We've had over 4,500 grads. So you're part of a pretty small elite group. Zechariah and I have partnered a number of times on this program. And I have to say, what if we could, Zechariah can't be turned on. I'm going to give him a big plug here. He's probably the best trainer that I have across the country. Well, I shouldn't say that I have. I mean, he's doing this on his own, but a big up to Zechariah, because I have about 20 people across the country over the years who provide Aboriginal Best. He's got to be the most complete, easy to work with, got his shit together type of guy who really cares. Of all the people I have across Canada, I'm not just saying that stroking Zach because he's listening. I'm saying that because it's true. So anyway, that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you, Bruce. Thank you so much. God, you're going to make me cry. It's very
that would be
words.
A first. And he's not paying me to say this. I mean, it's just, this is true stuff. You are a very, very lucky group of people.
Appreciate that, Bruce. And our group is a very, very lucky group of people, because not only is this, us becoming a unique part of that group of individuals, the 4,000 participants you've had go through the program over the years, but we are of an even smaller group of participants that have completed this program here in Ontario. Yeah, the Aboriginal Best program having been around for many years and having probably, what is it, Bruce, somewhere around 3,800 of those 4,000 plus participants were all in British Columbia and Alberta.
Not since we've spoken. No, we've had 2 more bests in Ontario since we spoke.
2 more bests. So we've got a grand total of 5 Aboriginal Best programs here in Ontario.
Which you've done most of them.
Huge leap for Aboriginal business here in Ontario and Eastern Canada. And we should all be very proud to be a part of that, as we all know that we want to see a lot more successful Aboriginal businesses available to everyone here in Ontario and Eastern Canada. And now it is my great pleasure to call on each and every one of our participants so that they can have their opportunity to introduce themselves and their businesses as well. So I'm going to call on everybody in alphabetical order. If you'd like to come up and please share your infomercial, anything else you'd like to say for the audience that's listening this evening, and feel free to hold up a big sign of your Aboriginal Best certificate of completion. We'll take a picture of it for the group afterwards. So first, please join me in welcoming Carly Grainer.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see everybody. My name is Carly. Some of you know me as Mapu. I'd like to say I'm Mapuche and Quechua, and I would like to give a big thanks to this program first, to the Native Canadian Centre of Toronto, to all of you. It was wonderful to meet everyone. And of course to Zach, you're an awesome teacher, and to Courtney for all of your help. And to Bruce, it's really nice to meet you. So, as I said, my name is Carly, and I am the co-founder of a family business called YYZ Empanadas. My husband and I started a business because we are both from Chile, and we love and adore our heritage and our country and empanadas. If you go into Chile, if you're traveling in Chile from north all the way down to the south, you will have a chance to eat empanadas. Empanadas are sold everywhere. So we decided to start a business called YYZ Empanadas. YYZ Empanadas is a savory pastry that is filled with meat, onions, a hard-boiled egg, and an olive, which is the original taste of Chile. We also have vegetarian and chicken options. And today we did a lot of sales. It was wonderful. And we are located in Toronto in the East End. If you want to hook us up, we're on Facebook. We are at YYZ Empanadas on Instagram. And yeah, just give us a call, send us an email, and we're here for you. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Carly at YYZ Empanadas.
Una gran presentación.
Gracias, muchísimas gracias.
Sí.
That was fantastic, Carly. I see that your whole family is excited for you, including Fido in the background there. He just could not contain himself. That's awesome. Up next, everyone, please join me in welcoming Chris Morrison, founder of the Indigenous Men's Alliance.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Great to meet you all. Zach, Bar, really good, I guess, trainer, as Bruce had mentioned. It's nice to be back here for the graduation. I really enjoyed the best program. So with my business, I'm Chris Morrison. I'm the founder of the Indigenous Men's Alliance. So the main goal for the Alliance is to create safe spaces for our Indigenous men. In my research, I found that there's a gap in services and programs, groups, celebrations, ceremonies, celebrate and to embrace, I guess, what the men have to offer our communities. And in my research, I found that there are not a lot of spaces for the men to do those types of things. Not a lot of services, like I said, programs that offer those things. But that's why that's the reason I created the Alliance. So that the men can have those spaces. Whether it's working on their mental, emotional, and spiritual health. I think that this Alliance can help you, I guess, bridge those gaps so that our men can grow up to be strong men. It's a space where they can empower one another, so that they can feel like they have a purpose in life. And the Alliance is here and there. And we like to bring it to all the communities across, across the nation. I want to thank you again, Zach. Thank all of you for your kindness and your encouragement throughout this program. Give
a big round of applause for Chris, everybody. Thank you so much, Chris. It was a pleasure to have you in the program. Up next, everyone, please put your hands together for Lori Burrows.
Sorry, I was trying to take my mute off without being all, okay. Thank you, Zach. My name is Lori, and I just gonna do some drumming. Hello, I'm Lori from Creative Native. Do you have dry, cracked heels? Well, I have the perfect solution for you. Let me introduce you to my latest and greatest product, Healing Heels. Well, you know what? I'm done talking. I'm gonna show you this in real time. So here's my foot before. I don't know if you can see. There it is. There's my foot. It's very dry. I'm gonna put on my Healing Heel Cream. See? And then you can see the difference. Here it is. And while you're putting this on, you'll be singing. And bam, there it is. It's smooth, it's beautiful, it's healed. And it comes in 3 scents: sweetgrass, sage, and for all you white folk, peppermint. So you can follow me on Facebook or go to my website, creativenative.com, to place your order. And while you're there, you can check out all my other Indigenous products like dream catchers and sage soap and sage and jewelry and other things. Thank you, miigwech. And I want to say thank you to Zach and Courtney for allowing me to help everyone and volunteer and help out everyone. I learned so much, and again, thanks. I'm a loss for words. Miigwech.
Unique presentation. Thanks.
That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Lori. You're always a bright and shining voice to our entire group. Thank you so much. Everyone, please join me in welcoming our next participant, Holly Smith.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Just making sure I'm on mute. Hi, my name is Holly Smith, and I am Mohawk from the Six Nations of the Grand River Territory, and I'm the sole proprietor of Indigenous Wellness Services, which is a mental health therapy and consulting service. It's geared for Indigenous and non-Indigenous people who are looking for help in terms of getting support around mental health services, psychotherapy, and counseling. I also offer consulting and education services for healthcare organizations, universities, community and support services, so that they too are able to offer culturally relevant services for Indigenous people. I am located in Toronto, but I have the option of providing virtual care through a secured platform to people across Ontario. I'm also registered with the Non-Insured Health Benefits Program. So for people who have valid status cards or Nunavut cards, they can access therapy services that it's covered through Non-Insured Health Benefits Program. I'd really like to take this opportunity to thank the best participants who I did this program with. It was an honor to work with you and to learn alongside of you, and also the best program for the opportunity to develop my business plan. And yes, thank you very much.
That was awesome, Holly. Thank you so much. Next up, everyone, please join me in welcoming Marcos.
I'm going to do my introduction with this little baby here. ladies and gentlemen, friends, family. I am founder of Bone and Quill. I work with the elements of porcupine quills, horse hair, deer bone, elk bone. I like to play with gemstones, especially with turquoise. One of the elements that I love to play with also is copper and silver. All these elements I make into jewelry accessories. Basically, I try to make items and different types of jewelry for those who are looking for something very, very unique, something very special for their someone. It could be for anyone, it could be for an animal, it could be for anything that you feel special for. And these elements are handmade by myself. And sometimes while I'm doing many of these beautiful items, I enjoy playing this little instrument called a charango. And you can also see me on Facebook under Bone and Quill. You can also see me on Instagram on Bone and Quill, which you will also see some of my music performances. And I'm still working on a website, and I hope that all of you can take a little peek whenever you like and send me a like. And I really hope to continue on with all of yous, and wish to thank Zach and Courtney for a wonderful course. I enjoyed myself, and I hope that I get to meet all of yous in person once this pandemic of COVID is over. Thank you so much.
It was fantastic. Thank you so much, Marcos. Everyone, please put your hands together for our next graduate, Matt Sinclair.
Are you a person with developmental disability tired of endless hours of advocacy work, only to be more frustrated? Here at All Relations Consulting, we do workshops and seminars to help understand hitting complex disabilities. Hello, my name is Matthew Sinclair, and I'm the owner and founder of All Relations Consulting. The services we offer are developmental disabilities advocacy work with different services needed for the client, as well as professional training development with a strength-based approach, and had great successes with other clients to show different developmental disabilities to help set up an educational plan and set up supports and places for fewer meltdowns and low stress levels, to help with employment and social barriers, to help with equal justice for all developmental disabilities. My name is Matthew Sinclair, and I'm the owner and founder of All Relations Consulting.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
thank
Matt.
Thank you, everyone, that has helped.
That was awesome. Everyone, please join me in welcoming. Oh, we did have one participant who might have had some technical difficulties. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Nicole Robinson.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole Robinson, and I am Sue Assiniboine from Carry the Kettle First Nation in Saskatchewan. I've been in the salon spa industry for the last 15 years, and I've noticed that women of color do not go to the spa as often as they would like to, and they tend to spend a lot of time and money driving from place to place, seeking out good service providers because they feel uncomfortable and represented by the businesses that are providing these services to them. Because of this, I have created my business. It's called Her Tribe Beauty. It is a full service offering everything that a woman could want. I will carry products that are made by people of color. All my staff will be women of color so that my clients feel represented and want to spend their trust. Her Tribe is geared towards women of color, ages 14 to 65, living in the GTA, who want to beautify their minds, bodies, and souls. I'm Nicole, and this is Her Tribe Beauty and Wellness. I also want to take this time to thank my fellow participants, our superhero, Starkney, the assistant, and of course, Zach and the best program, the CCAE. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Everyone, please join me in welcoming Trey and Tanya Stotzel.
Thank you, everyone. So we're just going to hold up our certificates so if you can see them. We're very happy to have passed. Thank you again for this opportunity, Zach and Courtney and Bruce. Okay, we're going to get started.
Thank you very much. Hi there. We are Tanya and Trey Stotzel, mother and son team and founders of Brave Solutions, a digital advertising agency located in Oakwood Village here in the city of Toronto. Our services are virtual, so we can serve you from anywhere you or we are in the world.
As of October 1st, you can contact us anytime by email or text for your free consultation to see what we can do for you. And we'll return that message within 24 hours at the longest. So we do website landing pages, we start and manage social media pages, and we help you with targeted ads for Facebook, Google, and Instagram. And we're gonna branch out our services and we'll be doing a lot more in no time.
If you need help establishing and or maintaining your online presence, please get in touch. We know how to help you and save your time. After all, time is money.
Thank you, and remember, be brave, reach out, and come to Brave Solutions for your online solutions. And thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say thanks to everybody, the Native Canadian Center, Courtney, Zach, Bruce, it was nice to meet you as well, the CCAE, the Ontario Trillium Foundation, to our classmates, new friends, connections. We had a wonderful time. It was great meeting everybody every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all throughout the summer, and learning so much. So I'm so grateful for that, and I'll take so much knowledge with me that I can apply to many things in life, especially business. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. Trey and Tanya, thank you both so much. Everyone, please join me in welcoming our next graduate, Tyler.
Woo! Hello, everyone. My name is Tyler Kugizer. I'm the proud founder of Turtle Island Masonry. I specialize in dry stone walling, restoration, as well as sculptures. You can find me a dry stone walling, sorry. Sculptures and other fine masonry pieces. I completed such jobs as Princess Staircase in my home community, Saugeen First Nation, as well as the Murdered and Missing Monument and Treaty Sign and Fire Pit, as displayed on my website. My work is displayed all over the world, such as Denver, Louisiana, New York, as well as the UK, where I picked up my trade. My goal is to bring back a dying trade that's dominated by European culture and put my own First Nation style and technique onto old world architecture. Turtle Island is a Indigenous owned company located in Hamilton, Ontario. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, as well as Twitter. Again, thank you. My name is Tyler.
Big round of applause for Tyler, everybody. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Tyler. Everyone, please put your hands together in welcoming our next graduate, Yolanda. Yolanda, can you hear us? Not sure if Yolanda's having some technical difficulty there.
You look like you're muted.
Send a direct message
Hear me?
to Yolanda. Oh, there she is.
Hi, everyone. Hey, can you see that? Good afternoon, good evening. It is such a pleasure to be here. My name is Yolanda Lambert, creator and founder of Plan with Yolanda, which is holistic financial planning for women of color. As a Black Indigenous Canadian, I have a passion for helping women overcome their financial anxiety and traditional belief systems surrounding money to create financial stability and generational wealth. From my experience, I know there is a gap in resources available and just a lack of focus on educating Indigenous and Black women in Canada on achieving financial wellness. So at Plan with Yolanda, this is about being aware of how your money is being spent, where is it getting invested, and whether there is an emergency fund in place. I help you plan through the process of earning, saving, investing, and replacing. The reason why we make an income is to invest it in order to replace us. And it is my mission to break that money taboo and empower women of color to achieve fulfilling lives by improving their finances and becoming financially fabulous. I also just want to say that this program has been so amazing. I want to thank the NCCT, the CCAC, and also Zach, Courtney, and even Bruce. The skills that I have learned that have been so hands-on have been so eye-opening, and it's now given me the tools to be able to overcome certain things that I just wasn't even aware about, so I can apply these things into not only providing better services for my clients, but just having a business where I can really just know how to navigate and access the things that I need in order to move forward. And I'm also very thankful for meeting all of you beautiful people and just the alliances and friendships that I've made with this particular class. So I wish everyone the best moving forward. And I look forward to just keeping in contact with everyone and seeing how we will all grow over the years. Thank you again. My name is Yolanda.
That was fantastic, Yolanda. Thank you so much. If everybody wants to just make sure you got your certificates handy, we'll take a group photo here in a second. But Ambi Kahuen, are you there with us? Last but certainly not least, I want to call on our participant in the room here, Ambi Kahuen, to give your infomercial, please.
Hello, good evening. It's been a while. Yeah. Just so thankful and grateful for this opportunity to learn with all of you guys, and at the best, you know, for the Aboriginal best. Yeah, so here goes. Hi, my name is Ambi Kahuen. Me and my husband have a family business. It's called Condor Quetzal Eagle, selling native arts and crafts and jewelry adornments at various gatherings. We mainly sell beadworks from Mexico, from the Huichol tribe. That's a tribe that still has their traditional knowledge and are still holding strong and true today, especially in this time. We also do a lot of, have been to Vancouver Arts Festival, United Nations Gathering, and Musqueam First Nations, and other major events, the Mutaidi Drum Festival. Some of the jewelry we make, some are silver wire and natural stone earrings and pendants. My husband's specialty is custom orders for traditional dance headpieces at various regalia pieces. We also buy from other artisans, supporting them and reselling their artworks and pieces. Yeah, my husband is a Aztec dance facilitator and teacher. I am an artist. I have experience in theater arts. I am a jingle dress and fancy shawl power dancer. I've been dancing since I was a little girl. Yeah, I make my own beadworks and regalia, like I said. I'm self-taught and I'd like to teach others what I know. yeah, do you have a calling when you hear the drum beats like I did? Well, get out there, bless your spirit and shine. We hold space for positivity. If you want Native Indigenous art, creative workshops and cultural presentations, yeah, call us up. We have a web page and LinkedIn. It's Condor Quetzal Eagle, Miigwech, and Hi Hi. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Which Ambi, that was fantastic. All right, everyone, if you want to just hold up your certificates. I don't have a certificate because I don't get one, but you all get one. I'm going to hold up a best book. And Bruce has the perfect facial features to go along right next to the book, just by coincidence. So everyone hold up your certificates for a great class photo here that we can screenshot and post in the Facebook group for everyone afterwards. Big smile from Courtney. Courtney. Awesome. All right. Just to expand on the incredible feat that all of our graduates here with us this evening have completed, the Aboriginal Business and Entrepreneurship Skills Training Program is not your run-of-the-mill weekend business boot camp that you might join. No siree. Just like Bruce shakes his head, definitely not. We are not about weekend boot camps here at the Aboriginal Best Program. The Aboriginal Best Curriculum is the big book that I was just holding up. This is over 200 pages. 200 pages. It's a big book. Through 12 sessions that all of our participants will go through the program to learn the basics of what they need to know to successfully operate a business as a young Aboriginal entrepreneur. Learning the basics about bookkeeping, online marketing, as well as the staples of marketing methods that everyone needs to know as a business owner so that they don't get taken advantage of in the big wide world that is operating a new business and having to learn things the hard way. So I just want to say to all of our participants once again, I want to give a big round of applause to all of you. You did absolutely fantastic. Bruce was absolutely not kidding when he said, not everyone takes these first steps like you have. You have gone the extra mile. You have achieved something great, and you have set yourselves up for success in your further endeavors. And we want to congratulate all of you for that. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone who's joining us live on Facebook here this evening. I see a lot of wonderful words of congratulations and support there in the Facebook chat. So thank you all so much for tuning in. As an additional incentive to the Aboriginal Best Program at the NCCT, we also offer a business plan and pitch competition, which is a unique opportunity for all of our participants to submit not only the 15+ page business plans that they do complete in our program, but also a 15 to 20 minute presentation. In our competition, our judges thoroughly evaluate each participant's submission, and we run it through a 300-point scoring matrix that evaluates it on every single page as well as every point of their presentation to help us determine who we could possibly choose for some cash prizes. And this evening, I have the great pleasure of calling on our finalists so that they can represent their business pitches for everyone here with us this evening. And
Zechariah, sorry,
yes,
may I interrupt for a moment?
Please.
If everybody stays on after the presentations, I have an announcement that you know nothing about that will make everybody very happy.
Oh, okay. Secret after the meeting announcement for everybody.
After we hear our presentations, I have something for everybody.
Okay, cool. Extra special brownie points for everyone. So first off, please join. And I just want to remind everyone, our business competition finalists have no idea what place they've won. First place is $1,000 cash that they're going to be e-transferred from the CCAE this evening. Second place is $500 and third place is $250. We will be announcing the order of the winners at the end of this evening. So first, please join me in welcoming Holly Smith.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just share my screen here. Pull up my presentation. Okay, can everyone see that? Wonderful. Okay, okay. Sorry. All right, good evening, everybody. My name, again, is Holly Smith, and I'm the sole proprietor of Indigenous Wellness Services, which is a mental health therapy, education, and consulting service, offering a decolonized approach to mental health care. I am an occupational therapist by training and education, and occupational therapy is a rehabilitation profession that empowers people to participate in activities that are meaningful to them, that they are interested in, and that are really important to them. And as an OT working in the mental health and addiction field for a number of years, and also based upon my own lived experience dealing with my own mental health challenges and anxiety, I've discovered that a common denominator was a lot of unresolved trauma that people are dealing with that leads to things like depression and anxiety and mood disorders and addiction. And at the root of it was trauma. And so that was something that I really became interested in learning about through my clinical practice. And as an occupational therapist, I'm able to practice the controlled active psychotherapy. And that's something that I've really been interested in. And it's been something I've been practicing and honing for the last number of years. And this is what I'm bringing to my practice. So I offer individual mental health counseling and psychotherapy. My approach is grounded in cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, cognitive processing therapy, as well as mindfulness. I also use an intuitive approach as well as a relational approach when I'm working with people. So that's my strategy when I'm developing a therapeutic relationship with the clients that I'm working with. And my goals are to develop a collaborative and a therapeutic rapport with people to understand what it is that might be blocking them from completing the activities that are meaningful and important to them, and looking at things such as emotional overwhelm, relationship difficulties, sleeping difficulties, and looking at those things that the basic kind of mental health 101 things that often get disrupted through mental health challenges and difficulties. I work with people who are 18 years of age and older, so I work with adults who are seeking mental health support and therapy. I offer safe and welcoming space for queer, two-spirit, and LGBTQ+ people, as well as transgender and gender non-conforming, gender non-binary people. My target population are First Nations, Inuit, and Métis, but I also welcome non-Indigenous folks as well to the service. In addition to therapy, I also offer education and consulting around mental health. I'm able to do training, presentations, curriculum consultations and development, as well as different projects and program development. And the areas that I focus on are Indigenous mental health, complex trauma, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and Indigenous informed occupational therapy. I offer education and consulting around. And my target population for the consulting services would be healthcare organizations, band and tribal councils, Indigenous organizations and services, universities, colleges, as well as community and social services who are interested in learning more about Indigenous mental health, resilience strategies, as well as ways to engage in a culturally safe and culturally appropriate manner with Indigenous clients. My market area is the Greater Toronto Area, as well as the Six Nations and New Credit Reserve. I'm also able to service the Hamilton and Brantford area, as well as surrounding First Nations communities. I do have the option to offer virtual care sessions, so I am able to offer therapy to people across the province as long as they have a reliable internet connection and an electronic device to do the therapy sessions from. I have a home-based office, which is located in Toronto, Ontario, which I would be doing the virtual care sessions from, but I'm also able to rent office space as needed in the Toronto and surrounding areas if people are interested in in-person sessions. For my marketing plan, I'm going to be offering free 15-minute consultations with people who might be interested in therapy. And that's to give people a sense of what to expect from therapy, how we might be able to work together, and to see if we would be a good match, a good fit to work together. I'm hoping to have a grand opening event, which will hopefully be launching in January of 2021, as well as live events. I plan on advertising traditionally through newspaper ads, displays, as well as social media, and as well as testimonials from customers, as well as networking events. I do have a website that I'll be sharing with you later on in the presentation that you can check out for more updates and information. And just a brief overview of some financials. This is the projected cash flow for year one. So my year one cash in is looking at 129,000, just north of that for year one. And that is with startup costs being around 10,000 and year one expenses looking at 75,000. I'm looking at a year one balance of about 54,000 in profit for year one, based on a certain number of therapy sessions as well as consulting projects. I plan on working with a number of advisors and professionals to support my business. I'll be working with a lawyer which is available through Sykes Assistance Service Corporation. I'm also going to be connecting with a bookkeeper to help with my finances, and that's Michael Peaver, who I will be reaching out to and contacting. And I belong to a few professional associations through occupational therapy, and that's the Ontario Society of Occupational Therapists, which I get a lot of support from, as well as the College of Occupational Therapists of Ontario, which is the regulatory body who oversees my practice. So why choose Indigenous wellness services? Well, I'm one of few occupational therapists who are Indigenous in the entire country. And I believe that I'm the only Indigenous occupational therapist who offers psychotherapy in Ontario. And there are a lot of private therapists who offer psychotherapy, but there are very few. And I believe I'm the only Indigenous occupational therapist who offers psychotherapy from an occupational therapy perspective. So that's looking at function, that's looking at meaningful and interesting activities and important activities that people are interested in. And that can include cultural activities, participation in traditional ceremonies, and things of that nature, whatever the person is interested in. I also have a unique perspective as I integrate evidence-based clinical practice and Indigenous knowledge, teachings, and culture. I've also had a number of years working in the public mental health system, and I'm aware of the gaps that exist, particularly when it comes to dealing with Indigenous people. And so that's one of the reasons why I am interested in developing this service so that I can target the needs for Indigenous people, for queer people, and just offer that decolonized approach to mental health care. I do offer virtual sessions across Ontario, and I will be registering with the Non-Insured Health Benefits Program. So for people who are First Nations and Inuit who have status or Nunavut cards, they would be eligible for their sessions to be covered through the Non-Insured Health Benefits Program. And that wraps up my presentation. I just wanted to acknowledge the Native Canadian Centre of Toronto and the Canadian Centre for Aboriginal Entrepreneurship, as well as the Aboriginal BEST program, for allowing me the opportunity to bring my ideas kind of into fruition, and getting the support from Zechariah James and Courtney Cada in developing this business plan, as well as the Ontario Trillium Foundation for their support and for this opportunity. And I'm also very appreciative and honored to complete this program with the other BEST program participants and learning with you and from you. And so it's been a very wonderful journey, and I just will leave you with that. Indigenous Wellness Services. I do have a website at indigenousot.com. I have my LinkedIn there, as well as my email. You can reach out for more information. Thank you so much. And that's my presentation. Holly Smith, Indigenous Wellness Services. Thank you so much.
It was fantastic, Holly. Thank you so much. You know, one of the entrepreneurial qualities that Holly not only demonstrated in the competition, but as well as throughout the course of our program this year, was her drive and persistence. I know it certainly impressed me as the course facilitator, because becoming a registered occupational therapist is not a light feat to begin with. It requires years of education. And to go work for somebody else as an occupational therapist, the pay is pretty good. So the only reason that anybody would go through the education and the certification process to become an occupational therapist and then decide to go out on their own as a business owner and be independent is simply because they have an entrepreneurial drive to do more, because they want to be able to offer more. There's no other reason. Honestly, being independent, she's very likely not going to make a lot more than she would have working for somebody else, but she'll have the opportunity to do a lot more and change a lot more lives. So congratulations to Holly. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Zach.
Next up, everyone, please put your hands together for our second finalist, Nicole Robinson.
Screen. No, cancel. Okay, give me a second. I'm just trying to figure out how to share this.
And don't go away, everybody, at the end to it. There's something I'd like to say for all of you.
Okay, I don't know how to share this. My presentation, my pitch. But when I share my screen, it only shows me you guys. Okay, give me a second. How do I, okay, what do I do? Okay, hold on. I don't think it's sharing.
Nicole, if you're having difficulties, not to worry. We will just pin your video, and I'm going to bring up your presentation right now and share the screen, and you just tell me when to go to the next slide.
I'm gonna have to do it. Sorry, guys. What is? Okay, I don't know what's going now. I don't even know where I am. There I am. Hi. Okay, yes, I can't share my screen. So Zach, if you could share my pitch for me. There you go. I'll give you a thumbs up. I'll give you a thumbs up, Zach, when you can switch the thing right now. This is Beauty and Wellness, the Perfection of Color, and my name's Nicole Robinson. I would like to begin by saying a heartfelt thank you to the Canadian Center of Toronto, the Canadian Center for Entrepreneurship, and the Ontario Trillium Foundation for this opportunity. I also want to thank my family for supporting me, my mom for all the babysitting, and my partner Kevin for putting up with all my late night work craziness. Next. So the goals of Her Tribe will be to provide a comforting yet stimulating atmosphere in which customers will be able to relax their mind, and reconnect daily lives through their true purpose with holistic methods, including massage, energy works and exchange, hairstyling, and aesthetics. My financial objectives are substantial sales revenue by the end of the second year, profit before tax by the end of the second year, and to have a clientele return rate of 90%. And I aim to do that by services that we provide. I would like to become an established community destination by the end of the first year. Her Tribe Beauty will establish itself as a dependable destination to which our clients can always come to escape stress of their life, rejuvenate their energies, their souls, and their lives. I will also donate our time and resources to women in transition to help along with their journey, because I realize that community involvement is very, very, very important. Next. Again, my name is Nicole Robinson. I'm a Sioux Assiniboine from Carry the Kettles for Nakota First Nations, which is located in Indian Head near Saskatchewan. Near Indian Head in Saskatchewan. And I have been in the salon spa industry for the last 15 years. I began working in this industry as a front desk receptionist and worked up to management. I also have almost 25 years of retail sales floor and management experience. Next. So, what led me to coming up with Her Tribe? Women of color do not go to the spa as often as they would like to, because honestly, we're just not as represented. And when I say women of color, I speak of all women of color, Aboriginal, Black, Middle Eastern, and we're just not as represented in this industry, not by the people providing the services, not by the salons and spas themselves. So that led me to thinking, hey, we definitely need this in our neighborhood. We need this in our lives. We need this in our city so that we can relax, so that we can feel connected to ourselves once again. Next. So her tribe will provide a comforting yet stimulating atmosphere in which customers will be able to relax both their body and mind and reconnect to our daily lives with our true purpose through a wide range of holistic methods, including massage, energy works like Reiki, hairstyling, and aesthetics, and all hairstyling and aesthetics. So anybody with curly hair can come visit us. Anyone you want to get your nails done, your lashes done, we're your women. Next. So her tribe is geared towards women of color, ages 14 to 65, who live in the GTA, who want to beautify their minds and soul. I also plan to partner with community organizations to help women start new careers and lives. And partnering with the CCAB, which is the Canadian Centre for Aboriginal Business, will help me to be strategically positioned to have an impact on facilitating positive and sustainable relationships between my business and the Aboriginal community. Next. So why this business will succeed, you ask? This business will succeed because as a woman of color myself, I have been in this situation. I know the struggle of not feeling represented in the spa industry. I know not being able to find the services and spa menu tailored to me. So my services and spa menu will be tailored to women, to what we're looking for. I've also decided on carrying products made for and by women of color, which is a huge thing. We're not represented in our products either. So I will represent us. Most of the businesses will be local. However, I will also purchase products from across Canada and the US. Next. So my major competitors in this spa industry in Toronto is called Featuring You Spa and Salon, Spring Day Spa, Her Majesty's Pleasure, and Elmwood. My most direct competitor would be Her Majesty's Pleasure. However, they do not cater to our communities as much as I will cater to our communities. Next. I feel that our community will buy from me because they will feel represented by the owner, service providers, as well as the product lines and services. Also, I will be the spa in the GTA and surrounding areas that is dedicated specifically to women of color. Our market advantage is wide open and will give us the opportunity to use a large population base that is currently not being well served. Next. Our community is located in the GTA and surrounding areas. I have done some market research to look at. There is nothing as far down as Niagara Falls or as far east as Montreal. I'm hoping that through our marketing, we'll be able to reach all of these communities. Next. I will emphasize our name and unique services by reaching my community using a variety of methods, including targeted and retargeted Facebook and Google ads, Instagram, and Twitter posts, as well as using social media like Pinterest, YouTube, blogs, and vlogs. I will focus on the convenience of our location and build community relationships through unique and quality services, friendly and caring atmosphere, and establishing absolute dependability on our services. Next. I have registered this business as a sole proprietor. However, I am planning to incorporate within the next few months, as I am planning to seek alternative funding sources, as well as applying to traditional lenders for startup costs. I have opened bank accounts at CIBC for most of my business needs. Next. Her tribe is going to be a storefront location in Toronto. I've been searching for a property in Toronto where I can have a larger location and dedicated parking for my clients, which is very important in Toronto. However, I will also be conveniently located for transit. Next. All of my supplies, materials, and goods will be purchased from professional beauty supply stores, as well as independent companies that make hair and body products designed for women of color, owned by people of color. Services such as laundry and cleaning will be contracted out to companies that supply those services in Toronto. Next. Zach? Ooh, I'll be hiring 10 staff members and paying them as employees with a team bonus. I'll also be hiring instructors to come in once or twice monthly in the beginning to train staff on new techniques in hairstyling, barbering, and aesthetics. I will search for staff using sites like LinkedIn, Indeed, and Kijiji. I will also use social media to recruit. Staff recruitment will also be done through known accredited post-secondary institutions, both private and public. Next. I will be working with a number of different professionals, my accountant, lawyer, and realtor, who are helping me along this process. Next. To open a day spa in Toronto, I will need to apply for a municipal business license from the licensing and permit offices. Once I have a physical storefront. I have also obtained a BIN, a number for payroll, and GST, HST remittance. I have also registered my business name with the province. I will need to hire hairstylists, estheticians, and RMTs. The hairstylists and estheticians will need to be licensed and certified by the Ontario College of Trades, and their license will need to be renewed every 3 to 5 years. RMTs will need to be registered with the College of Massage Therapists of Ontario, and they will need to complete 48 continuing education credits every 4 years to maintain their license in good standing. Our pricing strategy will be similar to that of our competitors. We will not charge over nor substantially under standard prices for our services. We'll be paying our employees a salary plus team bonus. This will allow us to hire the best employees and have a built-in motivational factor that will keep them working hard and happily. As you can see, we have our pricing, which is on par with most other spas and salons in Toronto. Next. So for my startup, I currently are looking at expenses of about $100,000. I have about $80,000 available to me, and our total investment will be about $160,000. Next. And I'm hoping by year 1 that we will show a profit of $50,000. By year 2, it does jump to $350,000, as I'm hoping that we will be a lot more established and have a lot more repeat clients. And year 3, over and above $400,000. Next. So the risk assessments for hair and nail salons are generally considered discretionary purchases, making industry growth positively correlated with trends in per capita disposable income. When per capita disposable income rises, consumers have more money to spend on discretionary services such as haircuts, hair treatments, hair coloring, etc. Due to COVID, which poses a potential threat to our industry. However, women between the ages of 20 and 64 are the largest source of demand for industry services, giving their higher level of disposable income and expansion in the size and income of this group will typically boost our industry revenue, especially for women of color. The number of adults aged 20 to 64 is expected to increase in 2020, which will represent a potential opportunity for this industry. Next. And last but not least, I really want to say a heartfelt thanks to my friends and family, my fellow program participants, the NCCT, Zach, our fearless leader, and our superhero program assistant, Courtney, the CCAE, and the OTF, Ontario Trillium Foundation, for this opportunity. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Next. I'm done. Thank you.
And thank you, Nicole. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for your incredibly detailed presentation. That was absolutely wonderful. You know, if I had to choose one of Nicole's strongest entrepreneurial qualities that she demonstrated throughout our program and competition, I don't think I could, because it would be a tie between passion and attention to detail. It's not very often that somebody's financial spreadsheets, or pro forma financials as we call them, actually teach me a thing or two. But holy wow, does she know how to work a spreadsheet. We may have new templates for next year's program, I tell you what. They were incredible. And she did a fantastic job preparing her entire business plan, which was very detailed and very challenging, because besides the fact that she has one of the most logistically complicated industries of choice, our COVID-19 situation or pandemic has created another unique challenge for her in determining the right location and how to operate a business that now has client-facing challenges like it's never had before. And Nicole did an absolutely fantastic job. So congratulations to Nicole. Thank you so much. And now, last but certainly not least, it is my great pleasure to introduce you to Trey and Tanya Stotzel, the founders of Brave Solutions.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Thank you. Sorry about our lighting. We've just been trying to adjust as it gets darker in here. So, is this okay? Okay. All good for everyone? Okay, good.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our virtual business plan presentation for Brave Solutions, and thank you to our guests for your time and support tonight in attending our graduation from the Aboriginal BEST program. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
We would like to extend our deep thanks and gratitude to the following: Bruce LaCroix and the Canadian Center for Aboriginal Entrepreneurship for making the Business Entrepreneurship Skills Training program possible. It is knowledge that will serve us well throughout the years, so thank you. To the Ontario Trillium Foundation for funding this program, to Zechariah James, Courtney Cada, and the Native Canadian Centre of Toronto for delivering this program and for your mentorship, guidance, wisdom, and support. We are very grateful. Last but not least, to our peers and classmates, thank you thank you for the meeting of minds every week throughout the summer of 2020.
So again, hello everyone, and welcome. Together, my mother and I are going to tell you all about our business idea, but first, let us introduce ourselves. So I'm Trey, and as you can see in my photo here, I'm an ambassador at my high school. But that's not enough for me anymore. I want my own business, so I decided to create one with my mom. We both have strengths that complement each other, so we thought we put it to good use. I've been working part-time at various jobs over the past 2.5 years. Next year, I want to work for.
So I'm Tanya Stotzel, and I'm a member of the Red Rock Indian Band located near Thunder Bay. I'm a small towner raised in Perry Sound, but now live in the bright lights big city of Toronto with my son, Ray. Together, we have founded a digital market advertising agency, Brave Solutions, based out of our home office in Oakwood Village here in the city of Toronto. Pardon me. We are hoping to work with businesses from city to cottage country. And I have many years experience in customer service. That's my strong point there. We have, so we're mainly in the food service industry in particular, which has helped me to make me comfortable in making genuine connections with people all over, all walks of life. I aspire to work between home, cottage, and vacation spots, and anywhere our dog Zorro is welcome. Brave Solutions will fulfill that desire.
So, my mom, Tanya, she's resourceful, innovative, and a former retail business owner. She likes to help others through creative solutions, and she enjoys learning about people, getting to know them, and becoming great friends.
Thanks a lot, Trey. And Trey, my son, is an ambitious young man and student who is skilled at problem solving, innovation, and technology. He tutors and is ambassador for his high school, and all around a great kid.
Thanks, Mom. So together, we bring affordable, efficient, and creative solutions to help build your online presence with your business.
I'm sorry, I should have said a great young man.
So Brave Solutions hopes to gain membership in many reputable networks just like these all across Canada. But as owners, we also have some goals of our own. The first one would be a personal goal, which is to help entrepreneurs and small businesses establish and or maintain an online business presence and help them go through their own personal development through education and help them become members of local networking organizations. Our second goal is financial, and that is to exceed yearly revenue projections for Brave Solutions, which would be about $110,000. And we also want to be able to expand our services in the short term, including rebranding and building client email lists and everything like that. And our last goal is spiritual. We want to give small businesses peace of mind by knowing they can achieve their dream by giving them simple, affordable solutions.
In this presentation, we are going to take you through our research on the following topics listed here from the concept to the startup of our business, Brave Solutions.
So basically, we're a grassroots digital advertising agency that understands the basic needs of businesses and the importance of an online presence. Very important. We're taking advantage of low-cost online advertising and Google products. So we're looking to help small to mid-sized businesses looking to build or improve their website, social media, and use targeted ad marketing to get increased revenue. Will we succeed? I think we will, Mom.
I think so too.
We feel very strongly about this, and we offer fast, friendly, and affordable services to get our clients where they want to be. And let's be honest, that's online with your potential clients.
Let us show you what we have discovered in our research. Through primary research, we have discovered that many businesses are having a hard time promoting themselves on the internet. Be it through the lack of spare time or know-how. Because let's face it, learning how to convert the latest TikTok dance into sales for your business can be a daunting task at the best, and we're here for it. Many are unaware of the potential benefits they could be claiming, such as ad grants and connecting 5-star reviews to their websites. We are happy to assist fellow small business owners however we can. We can teach and we can manage the accounts if you prefer. Just let us know what works for you. Our main competitors are established advertising agencies in the Greater Toronto Area, IT professionals, and website developers. We specialize in products developed by Google to be simple, effective, and affordable. We are new to the market and learning the latest technology as it evolves.
So like we said, we're taking advantage of Google services to cut out most of the costs that you're seeing here on screen. Technology is always changing, and the pictures on screen are a great example of that. Google services allow us to quickly set up a website design and find a domain for you hassle-free. And if you like, we'll even manage it for you. Now, great resources like YouTube and Google itself and other video sites are just wealths of free knowledge, and we're going to be using all of it. We're going to be scouring the internet for new strategies to make you profitable. There's always more to learn about marketing, and these free platforms are how we're going to do it, and we're going to pass those savings on to you. Taking advantage of these budget services is exactly what makes this business possible.
Our monthly marketing budget will generally go towards these types of things. Visiting different small businesses in our community, as well as outside of our community, and talking with the businesses directly. We're going to incentivize referrals so that essentially our clients find us more clients. Networking events are also a big part of our plan, and we hope to visit at least 1 to 2 a month. Most importantly, we need to dedicate some of our marketing budget to pay-per-click ads so that we show up in Google searches. We're also going to be doing live events on our social media, so on our Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, and so mainly like we like to get out there and, well, I like to get out there and chat with the community, so I'm good at that.
So we've discovered a great and simple website template that ticks all of the boxes. Again, it's simple, effective, and affordable. These sites link directly to your Google registered business, and they take the best reviews from that business and put it onto your website where everyone can see it. So we also help with social media and ad marketing, where we'll manage your accounts, a maximum of 2, and we'll create posts and engagement with your following. We'll get you seen in those Google searches that gets people in your door. Lastly, we can help you incentivize good reviews, and we can help your customers help you with those great reviews.
To achieve financial freedom, we seek revenues exceeding $110,000. We only need a mere 2 sales each day to reach this goal, and that's 2 sales a day, 5 days a week. And those sales can retail from $250 to $650 for depending on the package that is chosen. Our projections here are from 2 sales of 250, so of the lowest there. So that's all we need to do to make the 110,000 for the year.
So here we have a basic structure of our business. Brave Solutions will be a general partnership between my mother and I. Our main office is right here in the Oakwood Village of Toronto. That said, our business is virtual, so technically we're only bound by Wi-Fi.
So no business is safe from startup costs. We're investing $560 initially. That's $300 to legal and accounting, $200 for equipment like G Suite services and camera equipment, and $60 for our business license. This is to help us gear up for our grand opening in October.
So in order to excel with this business, we're going to need some professional help. So we hope to be working with Keith Gordon, who is actually a fellow participant of the BEST program. We miss you, Keith, wherever you are. Spears Bookkeeping in Alberta, and we'll also be opening a business bank account within TD Bank.
Normally, a new business would be very risky, but because we chose to start a virtual business, we don't have to budget for things like rent and overhead costs. Of course, as with any business, there's a chance that we'll lose our initial investment. Due to the situation currently going on, COVID, Businesses are struggling to stay open and are severely in need of more customers. What a perfect time to be creating an online business. That's goal is getting small businesses more customers. We can't wait to get out there and start hustling.
Again, thank you everyone for being here. Thanks to Bruce LaCroix and the Canadian Centre for Aboriginal Entrepreneurship. Thanks to the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and thanks to Zechariah James, Courtney Kata, and the entire Native Canadian Centre of Toronto for delivering this program and for your mentorship, guidance, wisdom, and support. It was a pleasure to be on live with you all and hear your ideas. We wish you the best of luck on your endeavors, and we hope to continue to collaborate and support each other in the future. Thank you all so much.
Thank you again, everyone, for watching tonight, and to my mom and Bucky for watching too with us tonight. We appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone was great. Awesome. Thanks.
Wow. Big hand of applause for Tanya and Trey, everyone. That was an absolutely fantastic presentation. I could go on and on simply about the fact that Tanya and Trey have decided to work together in starting a family business, and what an incredible additional feat that is in itself. Probably a few of our participants in the room and probably several people who are watching this online themselves know the struggles that come along with starting a family business. And it's not just through the operation, just bringing their ideas together to get things off the ground is often the greatest challenge. But I think what actually impressed me the most about Tanya and Trey's abilities through this course was their adaptability. They remained flexible as they decided what business they wanted to get into, right up into the very end, as they wanted to find something that was going to be a right fit for them in their lives, which is so important. And for everybody watching from home and our other participants, I think you all know that remaining adaptable is certainly one of the most important qualities for every entrepreneur in Canada, as every entrepreneur in pretty much the entire world learned the hard way this year. But I have full confidence in their ability to remain flexible and adapt to any challenges that they see in their futures. Thank you both. You did an absolutely fantastic job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zach.
It was awesome. Thank you.
And now I'd like to call on once again the founder of the CCAE to announce the winners of our Aboriginal Best Business and Entrepreneurship Skills Training Program Business Plan and Pitch Competition. Everybody, can I get a drum roll, please?
God, I love working with Zach. He's unique and fun. All right, I'd like just to take a minute here just to go through each of your very quick 90-second little presentations there in order. I'm blown away. What a great variety. Carly, empanada. Me gusta mucho empanadas con una cerveza fría. But we don't have any empanadas here in Nelson, so that's way too bad. Chris, Indigenous Men's Alliance. I was really impressed with that. Lori, Creative Native, Healing Heels. We actually didn't get to see your heel. I saw your ankle, but I didn't see your heel. But I took your word for it. Great idea. Great idea. Holly, Indigenous Wellness Therapy. Marco, with the artisan, the jewelry, bone and quill. Really like that cool name. Matt, All Relations Consulting. Nicole, Salon and Spa, Her Tribe Beauty. What a mix. Trey and Tanya, with online presence, my God, are they ever needed today. Tyler, Turtle Island Masonry. One of the nice things about masonry is people always need people in the trades. You know, things are always being built. People always need to flush toilets. People always need electricity. I have great respect for people going into trades. Yolanda, Financial Planning for Women of Colors. Oh my God, girl, is that ever needed? Seriously. Great idea. And Ambi, selling arts and crafts and regalia. So I know we have three sort of, you know, first, second, third place winners, but one of the things I wanted to say at the end of this is that because you all sort of finished and made a presentation, stuck this out, I know this isn't easy. I'd like to send each of you $100 through an e-transfer for completing this program. So I have all of your email addresses. I'll send it through an e-transfer through email. Power to every single one of you. I am super impressed with all of you. Okay, well, this was fun. Man, I wish I was there in person. Oh, no, you didn't do it in person, right? Oh, well, I'll sit here and not be able to see all my window for the smoke and just pretend I'm there. All right, third place. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. So third place, Trey and Tanya. Brave Solutions. I'm also going to send both of you a letter on CCAE letterhead. I know each of you got a certificate for finishing the program, but I'd like to send 3 winners or 4 on CCA letterhead with the Native Center logo on there too, just saying that you did take 3rd place and 2nd place, 1st place in the best program offered there. Yeah, Brave Solutions winner, mother and son. Zechariah said it so well. You know, I'm pretty impressed you guys going into business together. Each of you is going to bring in different traits and qualities. I think you're going to be a pretty smooth team. I love the low startup costs. I am such a fan of low startup costs. I think you said during your presentation you could lose everything. $650 or sorry, whatever it was you're going to lose. Well, I don't think you're going to lose it, but if you do, I mean, I'm a huge fan of low startup costs. And what a perfect time to be creating this type of business. So congratulations to you both for taking 3rd place. Okay, 2nd place. See, when I say 2nd place, then the other person knows, oh, I won. So 2nd place to Nicole, Beauty and Wellness, her tribe. Very slick presentation. Very nice. I like that. That was pretty smooth. And in the Greater Toronto area, you have a huge potential client base because Toronto, most of you probably know this, year after year, the United Nations calls Toronto the world's most multicultural city. It is the most diverse city on the planet. And I mean diversity through race, diversity through background, religion, gender, identification. Great potential client base there. I love your competitive advantage. I have one question for you though. And if you can sort of give me a quick answer here, why hire? Why not just have them as subcontractors renting space from you? I'm a little concerned.
The reason why I chose to hire as opposed to having them as subcontractors is because when you hire as subcontractors, if they choose to walk away and take their client base with them, they can do that. If they're hired as a salaried employee, if they choose to walk away, they can't take their client base with them per se. They don't have access to that type of information.
Gotcha.
Whereas
Okay.
as a subcontractor, they do.
All right, thank you. And one more point, I saw that you had in one of your charts, you had $400,000 up there, I believe, something close to that.
Yes, in my 3rd to 4th year of being open.
Okay, now
that's what I would hope to be my profit after my net profit. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay, now for all of you here, for me, when I do best myself, I am a huge believer in getting the financials down. I mean, everybody does a really great job of doing it. Here's my target market. Here's how I'm going to market. I am a financial, somebody called me a financial prick one day, but I'm really into the financials. You do realize that $400,000, you realize that all of you, profit is what's left over after you pay all of your expenses and pay yourself. Okay? Sales might be $1 million. If your expenses are 200,000, and if you pay yourself 100 grand, then you have 700,000 profit. Okay? Sales are not profit. I'm not saying that, Nicole, that was the case with you, but sometimes people confuse sales with profit. Profit's what's left over after you pay all of your expenses and whatever your owner's drawing. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you, Nicole. Well done. So that leaves us, of course, with Holly in 1st place. Great idea, Holly. I like that you're reaching out to organizations and colleges. While you were speaking, I was doing a little bit of homework here. I wasn't ignoring you. I was listening and watching at the same time. Because I'm in BC, I'm not familiar with what happens in Ontario. but for the services you're offering in British Columbia, the BC Ministry of Health has an Indigenous health branch. I don't know if they have this in Ontario, but they pay for therapy like you're offering through the BC Ministry of Health, Indigenous Health. Again, you're going to have to look into this for Ontario yourself. And also the BC Ministry of Social Development and Poverty Reduction also hires people like you. So they pay you, not the clients. And it's always better to have the government pay you than not the clients, because you know eventually you will get paid. But I think that is an incredibly great idea. You know, I mean, I wish I could call you all. Well, one of the reasons why I want to send you all $100 is you've all done such a great job. I wouldn't have wanted to have been on the committee to try to choose 1, 2, 3, because I would have had 4, 1, 2, these are 1, these are 1, these are 1, these are 1. So I'm really impressed with everything today. And I really, really feel blessed to have been part of this. So power to you all.
Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody. And Bruce, the non-insured health benefits, that's the program that pays Indigenous clients to access to therapy. So it's probably the similar to the
okay.
body. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously you're familiar with that then. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Thank you
wow,
so
what
much.
What a great group. Zach, I leave it to you.
And first place winner.
Oh, I said that.
Well, because she knows from second place, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying. Oh, sorry. Did you miss all that? Was I muted?
I don't know if you cut out for a minute for me. Oh, okay. My end might have cut out there for a second. But that was awesome. Thank you so much, Bruce. What a fantastically kind gesture. What a fantastically kind gesture. That extra $100 being sent to everyone. I had no idea he was going to do that. So
I didn't either until I started hearing people and was like, well, how can you choose all these great ideas?
It took weeks.
yeah. I mean,
you all did an absolutely fantastic job. It has been such a great pleasure for myself to be your facilitator through this program. I hope none of the other best participants are listening, but wow, this year, guys, the numbers, I tracked the numbers. I looked at the scores of every participant year over year, and the numbers don't lie. We had the best Aboriginal best program the NCCT has ever had over the past 3 years. You all did an absolutely fantastic job.
I'm not stroking you, Zach, but a lot of this is up to you too. You and to Courtney.
And every single participant who joins this program, your guys' work is what makes the dream work. I can go on and on for days, and I appreciate you listening to my long drawn out lectures about bookkeeping and marketing, but you guys put in the work and you put the pens to the paper and you did an absolutely fantastic job. Just in closing, I want to thank you all again from the bottom of my heart and remind you all that through the Aboriginal Best program, it continues at the NCCT, and we are here for you. If you ever need any further mentorship or coaching, you just call us. We'll be there for you for a one-on-one immediately, very quickly. Additionally, I want to give a very special thank you from myself to our super admin assistant, Courtney, my backbone. I absolutely could not run this program without you. Thank you so much. You did a fantastic job this year. Year over year, her numbers were way better this year too, just so everybody knows. Awesome. Fantastic job. And I want to say another special thank you to the Ontario Trillium Foundation for funding us, and a very special thank you to the management at the Native Canadian Centre of Toronto for supporting us in this program and allowing us to do what was necessary to make this program happen online this year. This year presented us with a lot of unique challenges, to say the least, and it was the first time offering this program online. But I'm proud to say that it's not going to be the last, because it was absolutely fantastic.
And I've learned a lot from you from this too, because we're doing these in BC virtually too. And I learned a lot from you, Zach, on this one too. So thank you.
And I just want to thank again everyone who's viewing on Facebook Live this evening. For the friends and family of our graduates, thank you so much for your support. It means the world to them, and it means the world to me to know that they are supported by their friends and loved ones. Thank you so much. And thank you, Bruce, for joining us this evening. It was such a great pleasure to have you.
It was really cool to be here. Thanks again.
And that is it, everyone. Thank you all again. You have a great evening, and we'll see you at the next best.
And Zach, you and I will talk maybe tomorrow.
You betcha. And I'll leave the Zoom window